Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X today. That is a game that I'm making that is kind of inspired by like Dominions 5 and or 6 or 2 through any of the Dominions games and the Paradox, games like CK3 or whatnot. Hearts of Iron. It's a post-apocalyptic game. I'm trying to say what what I'm doing every time, just in case there's a new person. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm trying to explain. But right now, I have like a major problem that it has grown over time, and I've been thinking about it recently. Oh, I gotta click this button over here. I've been thinking about it. I thought it dawned on me that this was a problem, like when I was on Wednesday or something, and then I was just thinking about it just now, and man, it is a problem. So basically, this is the problem. What we're working on is we're trying to get these heroes, and here's Bobby Edwards. He spawns. He's not going to actually appear here. This is just a temporary thing, and but it's easy to show what this problem is. And if we want, and what the plan today was just to make these guys move to fix their movement so that they move from here to here or wherever you want them to move to. That was the original plan, but there's a new issue that I hadn't thought about that popped in my head. And since this is set up this way for testing, it's a good thing to show what the issue is. So we have Bobby Edwards. Sure, this is great. We'll be able to move him when we fix that bug. But if we spawn a second one, and now they're stacked on top of each other, and it turns into this mush. And it's going to be, even if we turn off the names, it's still going to be a problem. Like, let's say they have a different portrait in each one. It's still going to be a problem when we start to move them, when we fix the moving thing. So if this guy's going here and this guy's going here, their name's going to be all mush and whatnot. And we can turn off the name and only have the top name be shown. But then you're going to be like, where the fuck is Dennis Johnson? Because he's underneath here and you can't see him. And you can't select him. Right now, the selecting doesn't work either. You click through these little guys, but... So that whole thing, that's a whole problem. that's a problem. It's an issue, you know. I'm gonna check. I didn't get my normal. I get like a message in my chat that I've started streaming, but I didn't get it. So I guess we're gonna. I have to look over here because I worry. Anyways, so it looks fine. So this is the issue that we have to fix. And I keep kicking like these small issues down the road, and what happens is it's just then I have to come back and rewrite this shit and come back and read it. So I wanted it to be more resistant, robust, more robust, so that I wouldn't have to keep rewriting this shit. Which is one of the reasons why we put these buttons down here. And these buttons work. You might notice that if they're this color, that means they're selected. This one works, but then when you click on this one, it doesn't work. But the thing is, he is selected. He's just underneath here, and you can't see him. So I think one of the cures for this is currently when you click on this, it brings up their page. I think we change this so that when you click on one of these things, it actually selects the guy. So if you're like, where the fuck is Dennis Johnson? You can just click on him and he'll be there. But currently how it's also set up is when you right click to move a person here, they disappear off this list because they're no longer in this county. This is a list of the count, like who's in that county. They disappear off this list. We don't want that to happen anymore. We need them to be on that list until they get over here. So there's like 12 different issues that I'm battling here that and I was thinking, I literally was just sitting here pondering for like 15 minutes before I started the stream to be like, oh, I've come up with a solution already. I have not. But I think the first thing we got to do is make these guys move just like we were planning originally, like I was planning originally, was to make these dudes move. And then we have to solve, once that's solved, we're going to have to figure out how to select them. The whole issue, so the other way I could do it is put them like have appear over here. And then, when you go to move them, they appear like at the border of the places you're moving them to. But I would really like them to actually move across the thing. Back in the very, very, very early phases of this game, when they moved, it was a timer at the top, just like CK3 or CK2 or Hearts of Iron or whatever. All of those, all they have is a timer at the top, and then when the timer counts down and is done, it teleports over there. They have an animation where it slides across the board, and that's how I was originally going to do it. But I really want them to be able to move, not follow roads and stuff. I don't really give a shit about following roads. I just want them to be moving here, and you would see also them moving like so that way you can see somebody else moving towards you. And you know the war gets declared when you're halfway or whatever. Right now it gets declared right away. But also like I want you to have to be able to like run into other people. Like we'll put colliders on them or something, and they'll detect that they're next to people, and they'll be like, "Hey, there's a caravan going by. Do you want to shoot everyone in it, or whatever?" Uh, so that's the fucking problems that we're dealing with here. So let's, I guess, get this thing to work. Currently, when one of these guys is selected and you right click, we can't tell. Well, we got an error, but we can't tell right now. But he teleported away, and he's gonna be up here, and so that's that's a problem. So I've already thought of a couple of solutions. I guess I also like I need to turn down the zoom level. I think it's a little touchy, and when you're zoomed in. Uh, so let's do this first. This guy shouldn't appear until you move him. So let's fix that. That was set up so that I could look at what's going on, and then we got to fix this. So, and we're not even gonna look at this yet. First, we're just gonna turn off this guy appearing. And I'm not quite sure where that is. It's actually, so that was a button. We got the spawn token button. That's not it. No, spawned token button. This is it. So on this somewhere, these are the buttons that are right here, I believe. My memory is terrible. I gotta turn on my music that you guys can't hear. Let's see here. So we click that. This is the spawn button. That's what this is. This is the spawn token button, I believe. Like I said. And then let's go back through. Let's double check. Yeah, this is the one we're working with here, is the spawned token button. And it looks to me... Wind, how's it going? It looks to me... looks to me like I don't remember what I was doing. I'm doing good. I thought of like an issue with how this works, and it's one of the things. It's like, do I solve this issue or do I try to come up with a solution that will work forever? And I don't know what the solution forever is going to be. So I guess I got to just solve this issue first. So I think the code that I'm looking for is in a different spot. It is going to be under this thing. It's this code. Yeah, and then it's this spawn code. So this shit's shit's a mess. I worked on my other game the other day, and for a couple of days, and I wrote like the ugliest code I've ever written in my life just to get this shit to work in my other game. Offline, luckily, no one has to see it. That one's closed source, so no one ever will see the disgusting code that I made. All right, so this is the spawn token button, is this button right here. This button, and this works. But what we want to do, so this is show. I'm curious, what I should do here is this thing should just start out invisible. And let's make sure that solves that problem. And then when we go to move it is when it is shown. Yeah, so that solves that problem. I think I made it visible because I couldn't find where it was, but it's actually going to appear up here if I spawn this, or if I move. Yeah, he appears over here. Gene Long. So let's fix where that thing So that's right click. So if we're back to the player controls here, um, okay, here's why I put this here, because I couldn't find the guy. So what happened last time, Wind actually, it was you. I was talking about you last time. I was like, Wind told me that this was going to cause me issues at some point. So on the county scene, I have this token spawn location, and I had them spawning here, but the issue was this scale. The scale was fucking me. And so I couldn't find the goddamn token because it was this tiny little token that was here. It was here, but I just couldn't see it. And so I was like, where is this thing? So I decided to have it spawn up in the corner so at least I could find the fucking thing. And then we fixed that. We fixed I moved it out of I actually had another spot already prepared that I was just not going to use anymore, but it was still here. And so I just have them spawn there, and I move this on top of the location. So that's what we need to do. I know that feeling. So this global location should now be the counties. I'm looking what I already have on this. This we can just do. I don't think I need it's not county population. We'll go globals, instance, selected, right click county dot hero spawn. This is probably like a vector 2i or something. Vector 2. Well, how about we do that? Let's see. Let's see what that does here. All right. You appear here. We're already selected. Okay, no, we don't want it. That's at least it appeared somewhere, but we don't want it to appear there. We want it to appear on its current location, not the right click location. So we do need that county population. And what we're going to do is go, I feel like I already have this information somewhere. We got to assume that, so this is another thing, like we got to assume, let's say we're clicked over here, the left click information isn't going to be good, because if we have this guy selected, our left click information, so we got to get it from his location. So what we'll do this in like 2 steps here. We'll go, what the fuck is this thing? This is going to be a select county, which I plan, it's on my list to rename this thing. And it's going to equal, yeah, you can do this. You can do this, but we want globals, instance, county parents, and then we're going to go county population. Your power went out. Is that part of the striking or just cold? And we wanted his location to be here. And then, nope, this is lies. This is lies. We want this to be get child. Then we'll have this thing here, and we'll go, whoops, we want this. Man, whenever it gets cold here, the fucking power goes out. Not for long periods, at least for me, but short periods. My friends were telling me how like they had no power for days. Okay, so he has appeared. Roger James has appeared in the right space, and then if we unpause it, it doesn't. Nothing happens because the game's broken. He's supposed to start moving. Uh, so let's see what the problem with that is. If it's set to, oh, but we need to set his destination. Did we get rid of that shit? We have it down here. What is this? What are we doing? If the select token is not null and the county population does not equal the current ID, which is, so that's so if you click on your own, that's if you click here, it shouldn't do anything because we don't want it to, you can't move to yourself. And if the move token is not equal to true, so it should be false at that point, home county equals this. We already have this. We have this right here. So let's rename this to Start County, and then we'll rename this to Start County because we're going to use this right here. Home County is dumb. That's a dumb name. We don't need this shit at all. Just get out of here. Then this is going to be Start County. This is Start County. I don't know why we're saving this where it's going in the globals, but there's probably a reason. Otherwise, I would just delete it and then but it's going to cause chaos. So the problem we got here, though, is we never tell him to start moving. We just right click and we set his destination. I wonder why we didn't do that. What's this shit down here? Okay, this is something else. We don't have to worry about that. So I think we just need to tell it to start moving. I may have taken that out just temporarily. Usually I comment this stuff out though if I'm going to put it back. I'm looking to see if there's like All right, well we'll just do this then. And we'll put this. I feel like I'm doing something very wrong here. And then we'll see what this does. Because I gotta decipher my own fucking code. one day. Okay, so he's spawn selected. He appears, you unpause it, and then nothing happens. All right, wonder why. Select token equals token movement equals move. Oh, I think I know why. Okay, so this is the thing. The select token, I've commented everything out of select token. That's quite beautiful. I think this was not working. I had this in ready. Wait, was it this? Ready wasn't doing anything, and I was confused by it. So in Unity, there's another thing that's a similar thing that's like ready, but it's when you like instantiate the thing, and this was not working. So either this is not working or they're ready. I can't remember. Let's put this. So every token has this thing called select token. Let's put it in ready and see what happens. Public void override ready. What is going on here? Void ready. Why won't you give me any love here? Override. There's what I was. Yeah, it's been a week. Okay, then this thing. So I don't think there's a token movement is what's going on there. But let's look at token movement. Maybe I fucked that up somewhere. All right. So one of the things I did last time is the hero token used to have a node that was token movement, and I just was tired of it existing, and so I deleted it because I was curious. This is the real reason. I was curious if I can make this work with this, where it's just like hanging out in the ether without a node attached to it. So there's a couple of things that might be going wrong here. One is this. It doesn't know what the fuck this is. Oh, right. This is the ready that wasn't firing. And that's why I put the rainbow thing on there, was because I was trying to see if it ever appeared. Let's do this. This is how I have to learn stuff. I gotta like repeatedly have issues with it until my brain will remember it forever. Yeah, so that's not happening. One of these things is not happening. So either this ready isn't happening, or and I think last stream I read about it. I was like, when does ready happen, or this ready is not happening? So let's do print rich. Select token. What? We do the rainbow one just because it makes select token ready, because then it's obvious where it is in here. Okay, so this ready happened. I'm going to take this rainbow out of here. But then this other, you over here, this one doesn't ever happen. So let's put this, let's put a plus over here. I'm curious. Actually, I'm going to put this rainbow back. I think I can do other things too, like colors, just any gold color. I was talking, so the person who told me about that whole rainbow thing, I was talking about like how you can, with all these different like code, all the different rich text codes, you could actually set up your own like warning thing, color code everything in the logs, which is kind of fucking cool. It shouldn't have appeared yet. It hasn't. Oh, red didn't work. But there's something there. A node 2D, huh? What can I put in here? Rainbow worked. What are my other options? I need Joker to tell me. BB code. Color equals green. I wonder why you can just put in rainbow then. What did that look like? I kind of remember this BB code shit from back 30 years ago. Color equals red. This has BB code at the front of it. This is not, I don't think this is what I'm doing. I mean, this doesn't really matter at all. This is what I'm doing. I'm always surprised how, Joker timed it one time and it was like a minute and a half between when I was talking and when he got the message and sent it back. It's crazy how long the lag is between chat and what I'm saying. Uh, it's very strange to me that the in this day and age, we have like a wire that runs across the Atlantic. I don't think I don't think that's the problem. Uh, I don't even really care that much about this. I just was curious if there was, like a quick Google. This is the thing that Chat GPT sometimes is good with. I gotta move this over here though. Oh, I guess I don't need to log in. But Chat GPT is behind the times. No, it doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It got the first Google search as well. Color equals red. It is that. Weird. Oh, you have to put this at the end too? Fuck that. I'm too lazy for that shit. All right, we'll just go back to the rainbow thing. That's so easy. What was I doing? I got sidetracked. So this one is not showing up for some reason. So if that's the case, can we fire this somewhere else? The problem with putting it in move is this is gonna be ran 1,000 fucking every second. It's gonna be fucking assigned. This kind of sucks that this is assigned every fucking not even second. More than every second. I'm trying to think if there's a way I can put this to do this a different way so it doesn't fire every frame or whatever. We're gonna get rid of this soon. This is gonna be deleted. This is the old way to do it that was even worse than my current way. Yeah, I don't like this being here. I didn't even notice what is this shit? Okay, this needs to be here. But the target, we don't want this being assigned every frame or whatever. It's minor, but if we're gonna have like 500 of these things moving around, we don't want that shit. So let's see here. And this is gonna get fired constantly. This is also going to be because this is a getter setter. Every time this value changes, well, no, okay. Every time this value changes, which will only be set. This could be a way to do it is to put it up here. And it kind of looks like that's what I was trying to do. Because my memory is so terrible, sometimes I can't remember what I was trying to do. Like, I get 3/4, 3/4 of the way through something, and then I'll just go back later and fix that or continue with whatever I was doing. And it does not work. And I don't remember. Okay, so it doesn't know what the token is here. Hey, that means that it got to here at least. Whoops. What am I doing here? I'm control Zing. I wanted to control X there. Go forward, motherfucker. I wanted to X this out. Put you here. We might be on the right path here. Just curious if we fixed it. We did not fix it. Okay, so this is a null reference. Okay, so this is the major issue here. So this token movement is just floating around in the fucking ether. And because we did this new thing, it's not a sign. It's like it's hanging out. I always imagine it just like out there somewhere. And that's kind of what I wanted it to do. But when we go get parent, you can't. It doesn't know what the fuck that is. So can we send? Can we send something through? I imagine it now. I'm imagining it like that TV show Fringe, and they can step between realities. Well, some people can. That's what now I'm imagining. We need to send Walternate through, or whatever his name was, to get to here, so we know what it is. So on here, this token is assigned there. We don't need this ready anymore. You're worthless, and I hate you ready. And this will solve that problem. I wonder, can we just do this too? Except that this we would put up here. And then we would get rid of that. All right, so this thing generates this new thing. Hey, this is how we do it. This is easy. We just need to make this a public thing. I don't know what. All right, it's not like sending it to a different reality. Equals. No, we don't give it. This is the thing. This. Man, I'm listening to this band. It's called The Mysterians. And one of their songs is really good. So I was like, man, I want to hear more of their album. And like half of it's bad. All right, what's your problem? You're still a nothing, huh? Let's fix it. Select token ready. Is this still happening? So the thing spawns. Can I put this back to here? Because I would prefer to have this up here. I think it's faster if it's up there. And that's a lot of the things that the issues I have is order of execution or order of whatever the fuck it's called. Oh. We don't want that shit. We're assigning it elsewhere. It's not a node. I deleted the node. I wanted to see if I could do it without having a node. I want no nodes. All right, that worked. Let's see what it does. If I unpause it, it doesn't do anything. You're supposed to be moving, Susan. So I always attach shit. Like, it's a very common thing for me to have like a list of nodes and then like have the scripts attached to them. And I don't think that that's necessary a lot of times. And so what I'm trying to do is just, like I said, have this just waving in the wind, just attached to this select token. I don't think I need a node. And now it's working, but we're still not moving. But let me go back here on my music because I don't know what that was, but it's bad. It does inherit from node 2D. Do I need to turn it into a public class or something? Probably. It used to be a node 2D. What is this select token shit? Oh, I can't do processing without it being a... What is this select token? I hate that all of these things don't... Like all of these errors. I should just tell them to not tell me anymore. Token and move. Yeah, so it gets to there. But then it stops working. If move equals true... Really? Well, that ruined... I have to put it back then and make it a node. And see, I was just trying to get it to not be a node. I want you not to be a node. Let's see if we can fill the log up here. I mean, it's not the end of the world to put the thing back there. That piece of shit. All right. Thank you, Wind. We'll put back the token movement. Like I said, I was just enjoying myself trying to get... I was just trying to do something new. Token movement. And then we'll put it... Like, I literally deleted it last stream. I was like, can I get this to work without having it as a node? And the answer is no. And then we'll go... Well, no, we'll leave that in there. And then we'll go... like this. Well, I was very pro the node thing until I ran into the issue where Godot fucking croaks if you have more than like 500 nodes. The whole thing's goddamn done. Uh, and I can't. I'm shocked that you got to have a limited number of nodes, and the more you instantiate, the worse it gets. So I'm trying to but that's not why I was doing that. But I am anti-node now. I want to have like 6 nodes in the whole game if I can. Okay, so now yeah, there we go. Oh, I guess I could unpause it and we can see what happens. I've said this before, there's like a snotty English accent that's in a lot of punk rock music that I like, but then there's this other one that's very similar that I do not like. Okay, so first off, was this the one I clicked on? I thought I clicked on a different one. So on that particular case, for this movement, I was my worst enemy. Okay, I did click on that one. So, look at these airs. They're just speeding. They're getting faster, I think. They must be compiled. No, maybe not. Maybe they're not getting faster. What is it? All right, reach destination. Oh, didn't I delete something? I was like, what is this select county bullshit? No, I don't. We don't need that shit anyways. All right, so when the guy gets there, reach destination it's saying that we don't have a child set with it. Is that what's this is? I'm pretty sure this is. I'm just gonna double check that this. Whoops, it's single click. Yeah, it doesn't have a child destination set. I'm guessing. We can find that out really easy though. Uh, why don't we just make this a select token? Then we don't need this. Deleting code is my favorite thing. I could have just done a search and replace, I suppose. But that's not the problem that we're hitting here. We're hitting that there's no. I bet you. I'm gonna bet that. There's no destination set. It's gonna be null. Well, it's an int, so I guess it can't be null. Well, that means that it's got something else probably. Let's go to a new place. It's not. Okay, no, it is. This is a nothing. How can it be a nothing though? It can't be a nothing. But county population could be a nothing. Because I did go through and try to get rid of that. I just do the first name here, and then let's get rid of this shit. This is just filling with garbage. We don't need that anymore. I'm hitting pause like it's gonna stop the thing. Yeah, there's no county population is the issue. So when we spawn this thing, we have to set, and I think I took that out because I was trying not to do it, and then I like changed like a big chunk of code last week, and I was on a good roll of getting rid of um, I think we need this actually. No, we don't. We don't need that either. I was on a roll of getting rid of having the token keep track of its county population, but then what happened was I ran into the token movement, and it does need to keep track of its county population. Which is a bummer because the county population keeps track of the token, and the token keeps track of the county population, and the county population keeps track of the token, and the token keeps, and then it's just forever. It never ends. There's probably a thing. There's probably a name for that. Recursive shitbaggery, I think, is the official thing here. Well, that worked, and I don't know why. I didn't think it was going to work. So I was just expecting to look at an error, and so I wasn't paying attention to what was supposed to happen next, which is when it gets to here, it should disappear, and it should become a new button. It should be added to the button spawn thing. So it's reached its destination. So let's go back to here. Add to the token stacker. Goodbye, you piece of dog shit. I'm just going to delete this. I'm not even going to care that I spent so many hours on that goddamn thing. I'm just going to delete it and hope I never need what it was again. This needs to happen automatically somehow. Oh, it does. We do need to do something with that, but that's a ways off. Let's hope that I put a... Let's check. I think I'm going to... That we definitely need to know about that. Its activities. I think I can get rid of that collider. All right, we fixed this. And close that issue. Which is nice because I'm going to add another issue, which I already forgot what it was. Change the county population for a moving or idle hero is updated. And I could have already fixed that, but it will be a double check. We can just dump it anywhere in there. All right, so when it gets to reach destination, if the token county population is army leader equals false, it needs to go to the spawn token. It needs to do this. There is going to be a list though that this is referencing. Well, we actually need a couple of things to happen. Let's see how this list is working, because I was talking about this earlier as well. Where when this person moves, Yeah, see, they're taken off the list, which is probably going to be which is a problem. Uh, we might want another list that's like in transit or some shit. But before we do that, they're taking off the list because that's how I wanted it originally. Because you were going to be able to click on this guy always and click through them and whatever, or click the token stacking thing, which is gone now. You should be able to click through this guy though. Oh, we can't. Oh, we can. It's just, yeah, which is broken. But all right, so this person's off this county list, and he's just nothing. He's in a no list right now, and we're not going to add another list yet. But when they get to here, he needs to be added in, and he's not. The token stacking was doing that. So the first thing that happens because we're gonna like baby step this, and we're gonna fix it as we go. So when reach destination happens, we need to have add to spawned token buttons. Or we could just say add to destination county. And then we'll just make one of these guys. And I'm actually going to move it up here just so I can look at both of these at the same time, kind of. So if it's not an army leader, it needs to be added to the destination county. The destination county should have a list called like visitors or something. Spawn token buttons. County pop. This is all we got. I thought I had a visitors list. Maybe, oh, I replaced it because we didn't need it anymore. Yeah, we didn't, because this is the list now. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to add it to that list manually. I believe we want to go to here. Where was that spawned thing? There was a thing that was just called spawn. It was spawn something. This thing, token spawner, spawning the token. The token already exists, so that's not going to do us any good. So it looks like actually we are just going to add it to this list. Where was that thing? Where did that thing go? Come over here. All right, I have too many things pinned. I kind of pin the things that I'm using or that I'm working on. Okay, so what the fuck does this do? It goes through the list, and anything. It goes through the list of spawn token buttons, but we don't have a spawn token button at that point, unless we pull. Well, how is this? What is it doing when we move this guy away? Okay, all right. Wait, what's your problem? It's just empty. All right, I think we can just move that button into this other list. I think it's like a child of something though. We'll have to reparent it. So we spawn this. We right click here. This button is still here. So once again, this is like back to this whole thing. Do we want this button to be here while this guy's moving? He's technically in neither spot. Right now, though, we will leave it there until he gets over here. So let's go back to right here. But the token movement isn't going to know shit about that. We can just destroy the other one and spawn a new one. I think we should probably just destroy. I was going to move it out of laziness, but maybe we just destroy it. So when we go to select county, right click here, player controls, right click. This sets us to true. And then we need to blow away the button. I don't think it knows what button it is, though. Like, it doesn't know its own button, which we could assign to it. Trying to think if it would be better to move it, we reparent it, or we... I wonder why we're keeping this move target. Like, why we're putting this in global. I'm going to put a note here. So it starts moving. All right, this is back to that same question. So this is all one big blob of issues. So if we delete this thing, or if we get rid of this, the minute we right-click, this button disappears. We definitely have to have a list somewhere where we can, because otherwise we can't even select this guy. Even if we could click on him, that's still a weird, we don't know where he is. So we either need to leave the button there until he is done moving, or we get rid of the button and we leave this up here so that it looks like this until he moves to this new spot. But then where are you going to find him? Like, let's say he's right in this spot right here. You're like, where is this fucking dude? You know, and he would be listed here. Or she, Nicole Richardson. They would be here. We could list them in both places, but then it gets even more complicated. Let's baby step this shit again. I think this button should go. No, let's leave the button until it gets to its destination. And then we also should leave the hero in its leave hero in its starting location UI list until it gets to the destination county. I know I got a typo in there, but I'm just going to leave it there to annoy myself later. Good God, look at all these things. These aren't all issues. When we get to next round, they're just different things that we got to do. All right, so we'll leave that here, but let's fix this. When he gets to here, I think we should just reparent this thing. But it needs to know then its button. It needs to know its button when it's moving around. So the select token will need to have... It won't be an exporter. It will just be a public... what the fuck was it? Spawned token button. Is it public? Yes. So when we right click and we spawn that dude, wherever that was, token spawner. When this gets spawned, we need to also assign the button that's spawned it. Spawn token button. It's instantiating it down here. It's assigning the county population to it. It's adding it to this list. The token needs to keep track of this button. So then we'll go, what did I call it here? Spawned token. Fuck you. Spawned token. Spawn token button. All right, then we'll have that. And I'm going to take a break in a second. Then when it gets to here, we're going to reparent. We're going to add, actually, I'm going to go take a quick break. Then we'll add that next thing. At first I was like, I'll just do this real quick, but real quick in my brain is not real quick in real life. It's usually quite a lot different. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I'm feeling much more confident. Whatever this band is, they sound like the Beatles. Which isn't necessarily, I know you guys can't hear it, which isn't necessarily bad, but I don't want to listen to the Beatles. All right, so it gets here. It knows what its thing. So we need to add. Do we already have? Let's rename this to Destination County, but then let's also. Yeah, let's rename it with, whoops, with R. And then let's, oh shit, I think I just renamed it everywhere to that. We don't want to do that. Oh no, rename will update 8 references. That's right. Yes. Then we'll cut this, or we'll copy this, and we'll say, oh, you know, I was keeping this. You know what? Fuck it. We'll put it up here. I was going to say I wasn't going to move token target. This is going to be a private. And then we get rid of this. And that's all set to that. Then destination county will be, what was I doing? There's a spawn token buttons, add. Then what are we calling this token? Not, yes, yes, add. And then we're going to reparent it to, where's this thing? We're going to have to go, we need the destination county. Where are we stashing these things? Where are we putting these things? We are going through this list, but where we when we click that one button, did I close it? I think it's this one actually. Recruit hero container? No. Um, hero tokens control? No. Hero panel container? We spawn this. And man, this is a lot. We should probably break this into little pieces so that it's easier to read. Token spawn parent. What is this thing? Select county hero spawn is the token spawn parent. Really? That's what we're... No. No, this is the spawn. Where does the button go? What are we attaching this button to? Heroes H box is what it's called. That makes sense. I mean, it sounded like I was heroes H box dot reparent. Then I don't know what that false shit is at the end. Then we need to update the thing. Destination county should have, no, it's not in here. It is in update token textures is what we want. That now seems like this is a weird. Well, we'll see what it does here. That was under token spawner. No, it was not. It was under spawn. Okay, so it's attached to its own button. So we would go, the button does the update button icon? No. Update token textures. Jesus Christ. Now I don't know where we're at in this list of possible issues. All right. There. You're going to go all the way over here. That was dumb. And then nothing happened. Because we never... No, we do have it. We didn't get any errors either. So this isn't firing correctly. Is this person an army leader? It's possible. Oh, we can't tell now. We got other possible issues there. We can't see hero. Whatever. Let's do this a different. We have certain things locked down that the player can't interact with. I don't think this thing's going. Reach destination. I have a feeling that this is an army leader. I don't. Are they an army leader to start with? I don't think they. No, they aren't. At least they're not supposed to be. No, they're just the faction leader. So let's put in here. And I think we're missing a. Maybe it's not getting, like, officially getting to the destination. It's at the spot, but it's the destination. And this has happened in the past. And I remember I changed a float value. Whoops. Update token textures. I bet you it's updating it in the county. I'm pointing at the county behind me. Spawn token. Okay, so we never updated the location of where this thing is. We need to first, so when it reaches the destination, we need to be equals destination county ID, and then that's its current. We don't know that's its current location. And then we need to change the county population's destination to nothing. What were we doing? I think it's an int, -1. Yeah, it's an int, so we're using -1 as to be the nothing, which I wasn't doing before. I think I was just letting it sit there, or making it like the same. Its destination is itself. That we could do that. Its destination is itself, except it's going to be finding. Well, we'll see what that does. We need it to know where it is. Okay. So it's definitely still getting there. We have its destination. The update token textures. That's not it. The update token textures is going to get the county population. Where are we selecting this county population? Where is this being gotten from? Select county. Well, this isn't anything. Oh, it's getting it from the location. Jesus Christ. Let's see if that's right. So it should Wasco. So that's right. I think that's where he was at. Is this Wasco? It is. And the list is going to count the list of the spawn tokens, and it said 1. And that's right, because there should be 1 on the list at this point. And then it's going to go through each one of these buttons. Okay, so this is a problem. Because it was wrong. Because it was wrong. That needs to be at the bottom there. Okay. Token destination 4. 4 versus that's correct. Select counties list is select counties list count. That's not what I want. I want this. I wanted to, well, we can just stop it. Select counties list. Select counties spawned token buttons list count. And so this is the problem. Is it thinks we're changing the thing, but I bet you it's hidden. It's going through the list. It sets that to that equals this, but we also need to turn on the button. It actually shouldn't be off at this point. It shouldn't be hidden. Lord Mac, how's it going? It shouldn't, the spawn token button shouldn't be hidden at this point. Update button icon. Um, I need to check the remote here. This is Wasco. And I don't remember where this is going to be. It's going to be right here. No, in the heroes. Um, this is missing. Oh, I think I'm reparenting. This is missing its hero. This is still in Portland, but this is missing. It's are they all? Maybe Portland only had. Maybe I like added that to Portland. No, I haven't doing it. I must have reparented it. is that I've never heard that before. Is that like a thing from a common term? Like they don't understand the palace. I've never heard that before. Um, I think I'm reparenting the wrong thing. In fact, I know what I did. I know where it is. I'll show you where this thing is. I reparented this to this. Okay, I need to turn that around. This is I reparented this to that. Where's my? This needs to go the other way around. I think I do this every time. This needs to be reparents to here. It's like that. It reminds me of that. I can't remember what it's called. The cave one. You know, like the people like in the cave if they can't tell. You guys know what I'm talking about. I hope, because that's all. That's the best I can. They can't tell. Whatever. That's it. That's all. It's like a philosophical thing. That's as deep as I get there. All right, this is gonna be reparent. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That thing. Okay, so this is hopefully now reparented to the correct thing. Did I save it? I did. So let's check my remote here. And this is Wasco. And then we have this thing here. And it's visible, but this is turned off. Yeah, so why would we keep that turned off? Let's look at Harney and let's make it visible and see what it looks like at Harney. Oh, it's because of that separator. Where the fuck is Harney? Harney is right here. I think it's because of the separator, except I can't see the separator. So maybe we just have those on all the time. Oh, I have an idea of why that might be an issue. Where are we? We're in Wasco. No, it had no effect. I don't think it mattered. I think we should just have that on all the time. Visible. I'm saying on, but I mean visible. Because otherwise we can turn it on and off, but I don't think we need to. But to do that, we got to delete it. We got to fix something here. We got to delete this. And then we got to go over to here. Well, we got to fix it though. And then I probably turned this off last stream. And then I for a reason, and then I can't remember now why. But we're gonna find out in like 2 seconds. Oh shit, that's why. All right, then we're going to save these counties. While we wait for that, I'm going to skip this song that you guys can't hear. And then these are saved. Stop this thing. Hit normal play. Aha, there's the problem. No, I thought I turned these off. I must have one of these visible. I actually have an idea of how I'm going to do this. Oh, that's a different issue. Where is that? I know if it's less, let's look for separator. Is that how you spell separator? Separate. That is not how you spell separator. I left that separator sitting there. Hero separator, stop. Hero separator. Well, this one we want to get rid of. Here's the problem. It's this whole thing is a bad idea. This has been another issue. I already know how to make this better. But right now we don't need that shit. And it's just a pain in my ass anyways. I was like, when I first put that in there, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. We'll just throw this thing in here and it'll work great. It was not easy. It was lies. Everything was crap. Okay. All right. So that was actually the issue. Let's have him go back. All right. So that's what we want, except on this one, we want token hide. Then let's try this again. Still playing a bunch of Hearts of Iron, Lord Mac. Still in Saudi Arabia. Let's go over here. Perfect. Now, what happens when we have two of them? Oh, there's a bug right there, though. That guy's gone. He's gone up the list forever. We can still select him with this button. But we originally, so this is the thing. Originally, I was saying I think I wanted to remove that the minute they started moving, but I don't want to do that anymore. I don't think that's the right way to do it. So that would be on right click under the player controls. When we go to move, look at all this garbage. We need to break this into smaller shit. I don't see where I'm doing this. So it's gotta be, there's a list somewhere that we're taking him out of. I guess it's the hero spawn button list? No. There's another list that we're taking him out of, I think. No, I don't think we are, actually. I think we're using this for all of them. The spawn token buttons. We're going to have to change that in the future, but like soon, we're going to have another one of these. But the spawn tokens buttons, uh, okay, we're not doing that. Where is this fucking thing? This is, that's called the hero list checkbox container. So this thing gets spawned. Okay, this is where what are we looking at? This is the county info control. Yes, this is the spot. Generate the list. Hero list parent get count. I can't remember how I did this. Hero list container prefab. So what is it doing through? It's going through the hero county population, which is under county data. Man, that is confusing. Where is this thing? Okay, that is confusing. That has to change like now. That's so I got one list in here and then I have another list in this county data. So we got to fix that. That's not going to fly. Okay, here's all these lists that I was looking for earlier and I couldn't, I was like, oh, I guess I got rid of them. Lies. Every select county is going to have a county data, so we're going to just delete this. Whoops. I don't know what button. Control Alt, whatever that is, brings up our toolbox. So this is actually going to go into the county data. And well, this will be here. Everything should break now. Where are my errors? And we'll just add since I'm always having issues finding shit that I wrote, I really got to keep like these rules of consistency here. So all of the lists will be in county data unless we can't for some reason, but I think we can for most stuff. Okay. So that fixes that issue of finding that stuff. So we take him out of the hero county population. We're taking him out of that somewhere. I just lost where that was. Remove the county population from the heroes start county location list. What is this? This is on start move. We're going to cut this now and we're going to go and put this in the destination. We're going to hide the token, remove it from its start location, except we don't know what this is. Okay, we're going to put this at the top. This is going to go add to destination count. What am I doing here? Go back to cut that. I accidentally got rid of it on my clipboard. We'll come back to this thing. Let's just write another one of these. Except we're gonna have no typos here. I think if I try to keep it more organized here, and this is gonna be. Let's put this where it goes though, because I'm gonna remove from starting county. I'm gonna forget to add it there, and then I'm gonna be like, why isn't this working? So this is gonna be. This is gonna be. It's gonna be globals. Do I have this somewhere so I don't have to type so much? But this is gonna be location. And then this is gonna be. Then we need to remove. Actually, we can just put token in front of this. All right, we're gonna remove that, and then we're gonna add it over here. I'm gonna put in a GD print here. And then down here, we're going to do all this stuff. We're gonna hide it, and then we're gonna go add token to county data hero token list. Except we'll have to change this. We are going to have to determine if the hero is visiting. We're gonna do that in a second. Exactly. So it's supposed to move. And the issue that I'm having is that we can't find this guy. Actually, I think this is Howard Cook. And I originally had it removed from this list over here the minute it started moving. So it would disappear off of this list, and then it would reappear only when it got over here. But then there's this period of time where it's not on any list, and the player can't select it easily. And it was going to be you can just select on the token, but I think that we're going to have other issues with that in the future. With a stack of 2 tokens that are both moving, they're going to be stacked on top of each other, so you're going to have issues selecting them. So they need to be over here at all times, pretty much. There can't be a time when it's just in between, and then we may change it to where there's like an in-transit list. But I haven't decided yet if that's going to be what happens. So this is going to be token. No, this is going to be. This is going to be like this, except that this is like a hero population. Add. Nope. Add county token county population. Then I don't know what's going on there. I suddenly can't remember how to do that. What the fuck? My brain. Control K, Control D. Jesus Christ! I do that like 40 times a stream. So it's gonna remove it, and it's gonna add it, and then the destination county is going to be deleted after that. because we don't need it anymore. So it will add onto that list, but then once it's on that list, we need it to refresh that bar on the left-hand side, which is over here. And what did we generate? Heroes panel list. So then we got to run. Where is this fucking thing? This thing. Okay, this is easy because this is just it sitting in the either the globals or someplace. I think I want it to be in like the player UI area though. I may have already done that. No, we only have the combat log. We want this to be easily accessible from other places for this exact reason. I wonder how I was running it before. It has itself in here. Oh no. Why? I'm curious how I was running before. What was this thing called? Update everything. Check for ownership. Maybe we want to update everything, but let's look at. We're calling this from somewhere. Oh, we're instancing it. No shit. Of course, that's what we're doing. Oh. So county info control instance dot do we want to update everything? I think we actually do because there's gonna be, let's see what update everything does. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it's also, it might change the county population. Update name labels, check for ownership. Yeah, let's just update everything and we'll see if that. I probably have to drop a oh, fuck that. No, we're not doing any box dragging. Though you know, speaking of Hearts of Iron, I do that all the time in Hearts of Iron. Like just dragging a box. No, we're not going to do that. That's too much. That's way too complicated for now. Maybe 100 years from now. So what is this person's name? We don't know. We'll never know. I got him error something. So that is that person. Wonder what this error was. All right, I gotta reduplicate. Yeah, in Hearts of Iron, iron. I drag boxes constantly. There's hopefully not going to be enough heroes for it to matter. Like it's not going to be in like Hearts of Iron. You got 40 fucking divisions moving around and stuff. Hopefully there will. Well, that is the plan. The plan is only to have like 2 or 3. We actually want him to go here. Uh-oh. Just found a bug. If you right click again, he disappears. Well, that's weird. If you right click twice, the hero token is hidden. Right click twice on a county. What the fuck was I checking though? I was checking. This guy goes there. Make sure Aaron Stewart. So they're partway there. They should still be here, but I'm just going to double check clicking around. All right. And we can still get their information. And I think this should, when it's reaching the destination, I think is when we get that bug. Okay. When I hit space. Oh, I know what this issue is. This fucking piece of shit. It's an easy fix, I think. I hit spacebar to pause the game, and it triggered the button, I think. Focus. So that's, and I mention this a lot. I keep finding this in other games where it happens, uh, where that this exact thing happens where the focus is messed up, and it's weirding me out that so many other places have the problem. Okay, so it is weird. Space shouldn't have actually triggered this button, and it shouldn't have done anything. So it's weird that it did something too. Maybe it would trigger this. That's a different issue though. Let's restart this. Yeah, well now that you mentioned it, we'll put this on the next round. Drag a box around the heroes on the hero tokens to select them all. Because it would be nice, just like in Hearts of Iron, now that you mentioned it. No feature is unrealistic. If you had a hero in each one of these places, an army, let's say, and you wanted to attack in here, it would be nice if you could just drag a box over all of them and then right-click. Why can't I get this bug again? Go over here. Okay, it's when I right-click over here. Okay, it's when I've clicked on other things that it doesn't know what's going on anymore. All right, that's fine. Okay, and the issue is that the selected county population is no longer correct because this is being updated somewhere. Except, it's weird. Hmm. So this thing is still selected, and we're right-clicking, and it should be because we haven't deselect. In fact, you can't deselect it at this point. So you right-click on this thing, and it doesn't know what this is. So I'm wondering why this is getting taken care, like taken out. Select county population. Where are we clearing that? Maybe when we right click. I want to find this. It's definitely, you know what it is probably is right up here. It's right there. When you left it, when you select a county with left click, it unselects the hero. Do we want that to be the case? How would you deselect a hero? Why would you want to deselect a hero? So you're looking at your map, you're left clicking around on, we can pretend we're playing the video game. You got a hero in Portland. The game's paused because you're like me and you want the game paused at all times. And you're looking around at shit. To stop getting tangled up in selections. So I'm trying to think because I agree that it seem like, you know, if you had multiple heroes, there's nobody over here. Uh, let's move this person over here. Oh, I can't because it's busted. If you had multiple heroes on the map, it might get confusing who you had selected, even if they're color coded. You know, like even if this guy's or whatever color gold and this one's the white color, and you have another one over here, let's say, and it's white. Even then, it might still be confusing to see. So you might just want to get rid of the selection. Just fuck it. I don't know, like because the map's gonna be giant. You know, you're gonna be over here looking at it, the East Coast. You're gonna be over here looking at the East Coast, and you might have somebody selected over here. So yeah, left click should clear it. Um, so let's make that, and then it croaks out because it's like, hey, there's nobody selected. So this should be. So it makes that null. Yeah, yeah. So it's so currently when you click on a thing, when you click on a left click on a county, it deselects the hero. When you right click on a county, it should move it there unless it's, but it's croaking because it's like you've deselected a hero, and it's probably a good idea to just deselect a hero. So this though. Uh, there's probably an easier. There's probably we can just go like this. And this may have been here, and I may have gotten rid of it because I didn't know why it was here. Um, I agree, Lord Mac. Like, that's another thing, you know. I play a lot of indie games, and sometimes there's just like small things that you can understand why. So it's the same conversation that, you know, I'm having with myself and you here, and that like, is that even necessary? And you can kind of see why the developer didn't do it, but then later you're kind of like, I wish he had. All right, so now I should have unselected a token, and it should have actually updated this. It didn't. We haven't, so that's a different issue, but let's right click. Yeah, now right click doesn't work because we don't have anything selected. So let's select this guy again. And then he appears. Yeah, so that solves that problem, but we need to make it so that this thing updates when we deselect that. And then if we look at the token, oh, this is why I had all this shit over in globals. Leviathan's fantasy's bad. It's surprising to me that it's that bad, because it's like really basic shit that, and it's a company. It's not like one guy making it. Maybe it is one guy and he just has a company name and I don't know that. If it's one guy, it makes more sense, but I feel like it's a company. So I had that getter setter thing that was over here that adjusted the tokens. If a token was in the select thing, it would change its thing, its texture. But I took it out because it was causing some issues. So probably what we want to do, we need to fix that. So we either need to have it, we need it back over here. And that is called, we'll just make it work is what we'll do. Wherever the fuck it is. Selected items, select county data, select county data. Select county population. I think I got rid of select token because there was no point of having select county population and select token. So this is what we'll do. We're going to make this private. We're going to make this public. We're going to rename this with an S. Then we're going to save it. And then we're just going to manually rename this to an S. I guess making this public or private didn't matter. And then we're going to make a public. We should have a bunch of errors. Yeah, we do. County population called select county. And we're going to go get. Just fill it in for me there, buddy. No? Return this select county. Get this the fuck out of here. Then we're going to set I'm missing something here. I got the wrong thing in here for one. And I need another one of these. All right, so now this should work just like this other thing. Let's just make sure that and then we'll put in some changes here. So I'm surprised this works actually in a neutral. Does it show up? So we're gonna break it right now. It does still show up, so that's good. Go for it, man. I've been playing the modern one. I am gonna take a break though here in 50 seconds. I gotta take a piss really bad. In fact, I'm gonna take a break right now. I mean, I haven't been doing like the PP dance as people call it, but I feel like I should be. So I'm gonna take a break right this second. I haven't been playing the Kaiserreich one because I want to I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to spoil it for me because I'm gonna stream the Brazil one. Continue to stream it, and I'm looking forward to playing the Brazil one, but I don't want to. So there's like events I don't want to know about. You know what I mean? Like if you play Let me get my walker if I can make it to the bathroom. Up, pissed myself. You don't even need to go. I can just sit here. But there's events, if you know that they're going to happen, that you don't want to. You don't want to. You will change how you act. So I don't want to play Kaiser. I can know the events, and I'm playing as Brazil. For example, here's a weird event that happened in my modern one, though. I invaded Iraq as Saudi Arabia and took it. And right after I was done taking over Iraq, it popped up a thing, and it's like, George Bush has decided to go to war with Iraq. And I was like, ooh, a little late for that. It's already been gone. It was obviously just a pre-scripted thing. And obviously I knew that happened because, it was real life. But I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Let me put on my break timer. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. Mm. Oh yeah, definitely. Historically, it would definitely have been a better target, but as in the game, they're like your buddies. They're the U.S.'s buddy. They're zooming around. U.S. troops are zooming around through Saudi Arabia. But what were you gonna say? Okay, what was I doing? We had accomplished something. I wasn't sure if I was gonna accomplish anything today. I was a little skeptical. All right, we were working on clearing this, and it works now. If we go here, he's still selected. We click here, he's no longer selected. So when you right click, nothing happens, which is perfect. But we need to fix this, and this is currently working how we want. If select it county population is equal to null. We got to do this first though. No, if value is equal to null, then we want to change the selected county population token texture. What did I call the token? Selected texture. No, we want to change the sprite. The sprite, which we can't do because this is we go selected token. We gotta two-step this thing. Select token, sorry. Pretty sure, yeah, we're gonna have to two-step this. So this is gonna be a select token. Whoops, select token equals I looked at the Japan for a second. I was like, oh, I might want to play Japan, and then I decided after looking at their navy, actually, I was like, I don't. You know what though? The change they made, where you just set like the navy, and what you want in there, makes it a lot easier than it used to be, where you would sail all of your navies to one spot and then you would drag or whatever. I can't remember how it worked, but you would select them and move them around. They've made it a lot easier. So then now you can just set up like two navies or whatever, however many navies you want, and put the numbers you want in there, and then they'll just fill in. That's way better than it used to be. You know what I was incredibly shocked by, and I think you might have even mentioned this, that you have to have the Far East DLC to do air supply. Like, what a fucking dick move by Paradox. That feature is out unless you buy the DLC. I couldn't believe that. I was, like I said, just shocked. um, unselected texture. Okay, so with this, when this thing changes, if the value equals null, this is the new thing is null, we take the old thing and we unselect it. Now, if it's not null, we're putting back this exact code that I deleted the other day because it fucks up the other thing, I think. It was fucking up. I haven't even messed with any carriers yet. I mean, I've looked that they existed, but I haven't actually had it to do any carrier stuff. So if the value is already something, if the value that's coming in is something new, then we want to go this. I think this is going to fuck up our button thing, but we'll see. The select token, can I just put the select token above? I can just put this right here, I think. And then we can cut this. All right, so if it comes through and it's null, we make the current thing an unselected. If it isn't null, we make the current thing unselected. Well, that's the same either way. Okay, so the thing get the fuck out of here. The thing comes in, regardless of what the value is, we make the current one unselected, and then we get the value. We get the value is set to this, and then we make this. Then we set this again, though it really doesn't matter. And then we're gonna rename this actually. Old token. And then we're gonna rename this new token. And then we can keep track of this shit easier. New token. New token. All right, let's go through this one more time. So the value comes in, but we haven't done anything with the value yet. The old token gets the unselected thing, which is what we want. And then we set the value, and then the new token gets the selected value. So old token texture, new token texture. And probably if I was a better programmer, I would just make this little thing a method and you would just pass in the texture, but I'm not going to do that because I'm bad. Are carriers significantly different? You know, another thing that I thought was pretty hilarious with the modern one was I declared war on Jordan, and Israel said that they were, just out of the blue, like earlier, Israel said they were going to guarantee their independence. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to war anyways. I don't care. And a while passed, and it said that I had a new decision. I could change my flag. And I was like, sure, I'll change my flag. And it changed the name of my country to the Islamic Caliphate. And I was like, oh, I didn't want to do that. But then about a week later, I got a notification. It's like, Israel's going to nuke you. And I was like, yeah, I mean, they were unrelated, but I thought it was a good, you know, I changed my name to the Islamic Caliphate, and then like Israel's like, I'm going to fucking nuke you. They didn't nuke me, but I thought it was a good like story. No, I do like carriers. I like carriers a lot. I just haven't had a chance to have play a country that has carriers. And if I was going to play Japan, I definitely would just stack carriers. And that's when I was looking at the Navy. I was like, I want to combine this into like two like very tough carrier. You know, in that Brazil one, I'll probably go for carriers too. Well, no, probably naval bombers. All right, so hopefully this will now work. The problem we're going to have is I think it's going to break the buttons. I think that's what's going to happen is the buttons, because I took that out because it was fucking with the buttons. And now I put it back in and it's going to fuck with the buttons some more. Now clicking on anything doesn't work. Okay, so this is the issue is, so we do need it, like, it's null. When we're left clicking, it's null. And it's causing issues. So let's go back to our player controls and take a look at this. So where exactly does it think it's just this setting? Yeah, it's trying to set these, but it's already null. So this one needs to have if it could have been. I just assumed it was just a coincidence because they were joining the war with Jordan as well. They didn't nuke me though. I started like, I suddenly was like, what kind of rocket research or missile research do I have? And I didn't have any, and I was like, let's start doing that. So I guess I have to have another one of these down here. So what if it is null though? So it's null. The other way we can do this, and I think this might be a better way to do it, is if we go into the controls here. And if we go, there's a way to do like a null check. I think it's like a question mark. No, we want to do, so we're clicking on it and it's getting through to that point. I'm just making sure here. Yeah, I saw it popping up over here, I think. Yeah, so it's getting to that, to this point. It adds the log. And then well, that's not the problem. It's saying, wait. Oh, because this is passing in. All right, so we can't do it over here. This is passing in. We're nulling this out. We do need that to happen. So back to globals. So this first one's coming in null. So if value is equal to null. Stop with my typos. If the value is equal to null, we still want this to happen. We want this to make it unselected. And if it's not equal to null, then we set the value. Let's think about this. The value has to, so if the value is null, we need to change this. But the issue is, no. This is what we have to do. So it comes in. This is the problem. So it's like right here. There is no select county. So that needs to go back here. If the value is null, and select county population is not equal to null. Okay, so if we there, because we needed this has to be here. Like I think I'm overcomplicating this. If select county population is not equal to null, then do this stuff. We don't give a shit about the value. If select, then do this stuff. If it is equal to null, no, we don't care. We want to do this other stuff regardless. I think. You know, I'm not into the designing the ships, the variations or whatever. That's what they call the var in this too. And all right, we're still getting a bug. Okay, so now it's saying it doesn't know what this is. Because this is wrong. No, this is right. But this, so it's null is what we're passing in here. So like if this is not equal to null, it's so it's equal to null. Right now it's equal to null. So it's doing this part, which is null. How the fuck is it? Oh, if it's not equal to null, and it is equal to null, so it's skipping that, which is what we want. This is now null. Select county population is now null, and then it croaks out here. Except we want... Can this whole thing just be in here? That seems to be the solution here. Except we want this to always be the old value. This is different than the way I wrote it before. Yeah, it's just such a. Is that the same one? The one I was talking about with the same DLC. Oh, I didn't. I went on like checking the other thing. So first thing we got to check is if we can click on any county at all, which we can. So then we can click on this one. We can right click. He moves really far and slowly. But now we're going to click on this one. Yeah. See, he needs to reset it as null. And it's not null right now. This isn't that hard, but if the selected county is not equal to the value, so if it doesn't equal itself, so let's see, if it's null and it's null, it would skip that and it would set the value. This isn't that hard. I had it written and I deleted it. If the select county, so that's going to be the same issue. It would set that, but we would still have this other issue. All right, let's make it like much more baby steppy here, because I think that's the problem. If the thing is not equal to null, we want it to skip this step, which is what we will do right there. It will skip this step. And this step is where it sets the old value and changes the token. if the new value, so then we assign the new value, which is right here. And if is not equal to null, then we do this. We set the new these new thing here. And then this we can get rid of. So let's say it is null. The value is set as null. And the thing doesn't get unselected though. The old one doesn't get unselected. So after this one, so wait, the new value, let's say it is null. We're going to look at this we're going to go down here. So select is going to be null. It will skip that, which we don't want. So what we want it to do is, there's got to be an easier way to do this. So you select the county population data comes in, and what it wants to do, we need to tell it to switch its thing. But only when it's not already selected. It doesn't really matter though if it already is. We can just set it again. So it comes. So the first thing we'll go from the top and go from the. So the first thing that happens. Well, the first thing that can happen is you can select it and we'll be returning null. And if it comes back null, it skips that first part and it sets that value. And then this part is skipped as well. It is. So then let's say we bring in a new one, and it's currently null, and we bring in a new token. It's going to do this first part. No, it's not. Because that has no, it's still going to be null. It's going to skip that part. It's going to set that, and then it's going to set that. But now we want to send in one. So we have the new token is set at this point. But now we want to send in a new one that is not, so it's going to set the old token, which is this new token. Why doesn't this work? Because then we're sending in a null afterwards. Okay, that's what the problem. So then after this, we want to do. Oh, but then we're like caught in a loop here of. How the fuck did I do this before? We can look. We can look is what we can do. Whoops. Well, we could look there too, but I don't think I pushed this. I didn't. I deleted that last week, I'm pretty sure. It's going to be scripts. What is the name of this script? Oh, it's my globals. If the selected token is not, it's set to that. This is like, isn't this identical to what I just wrote? It's I mean, it's not identical, but it's almost identical. And this used to work. And what is this error? Maybe there's something else going on that I'm. Let's redo this that I'm missing. That's like obviously a different issue. But if you put it in as null, it won't ever change back the old one. And that's what, maybe that's what was happening and why I deleted it. I was like, oh, this isn't working. We'll do it a different way. So this part, well, we need to be able to see this here. That works. Oh, wow, when we spawn it, we got a bug. Whoops. What? Let's do this again. I think I think this issue is a different. Man, I feel like it was so elegant before, as they say, but we fucked with it so much. Okay, the minute you spawn it, it gets an issue, and I think I know what that issue is. It is that this is nothing, I think. The selected token is the selected token texture nothing? Yeah, I also so the war with Jordan and Israel wasn't going well. It wasn't going like horribly, but it wasn't going well. And I was like I gotta change some shit. You know, I gotta change my tactics up. And I noticed that I had built one old shitty diesel submarine. And I was like, you gotta go and you gotta sink every Israeli convoy. You don't have a choice. It's up to you to win this whole war. And I didn't have any navy, so I had some destroyers. But I was like, I'm just sending this one submarine that I built. He was like brand new too. Send him out there to his death, and he was like the fucking hero of the whole war, just out there sinking convoys left and right. It was amazing. Like every time I checked on him, yeah, exactly. Every time I checked on him, he was out there putting around underwater, sinking convoys. He made so much experience. Then I added some bombers and stuff to help him out, but it was pretty epic. So okay, this is a nothing. Is the problem. So that isn't really a huge problem though, because I know where we set that. We just have to set it sooner. It's when it's getting spawned. It's right here. So when this is getting spawned, update token textures. It's not right here. Um, it's right here. And I think what's happening is this is happening faster than this. so that spawning too quickly, or this is happening too, like this probably takes longer to assign this. Let's double check though to make sure that this is not some other issue here. Okay, they exist. I think this is just taking longer. Because then immediately after that, this is setting this and using that thing. This is going to break things, but I'm going to see. It is very annoying to me as well that things do stuff at different speeds. So it probably should be some sort of like, you can do it like asynchronously, I guess is what it's called. Yeah, so that is the reason. This is getting set too quickly. What happens if I like just move it? The problem is, so this is the other problem. If I move it down and it works now, then I compile it and run it, it will run in a different order. So where do we need this? Can I put this like at the very, very bottom? I'm probably not using it. Let's see if that does the trick. So, you know, I messed around a little bit with it. You're talking about like influencing other nations. I messed around with it a little bit, but I don't know what the goal, what do you get out of it? All right, we no longer get the air. And this is selected, but it breaks our button thing. It's probably going to break when we compile it. That's going to be a whole nightmare. I should probably start doing like once a month compile tests. So this happens, and now we've got to go look why our fucking buttons are busted. And I knew that's why I took that out over there in the first place. But it's so much easier to do if we have that control. So it goes through. You know, there is an easier way to do this. I don't like puppeting places. That's the thing. I think that's a huge thing that the game is not. That's like a mechanic that I just don't like. I don't like having puppets at all. I just rather own them completely. I rather own them completely than have a puppet. I get upset when I start the game and I have puppets because I can't kill them. It's not world domination to me. And so that's what I was like. Oh, I figured that eventually you could puppet. I didn't know that it helped with the trade. What are the economic and trade benefits? All right, this is what we're gonna do instead. So I was trying to do this a way that turned out it was more work that, you know, I've fucked with this for so long. What we'll do instead is we'll put a bool in here and we'll go. I guess we can put an export on this just so we can see it. And I don't think we want it in the county population. I was like, maybe we want it in there, but no, this is more like token specific where it's a spawn thing. So let's go back to this thing. Let's rename this to a small s so that it changes everything. And let's delete all of this. Then this bool, this is actually going to be private. We're just going to have it control itself. And we're going to go public bool is selected, and we'll basically redo this getter setter thing. Get, and then, but we're just going to say if is selected is equal to true. I was trying to make it like, I think I was overcomplicating it. I can overcomplicate shit later. Sprite, let's just make it work. Texture equals selected texture, else. Perfect. Okay, so now we have a public bool that's here. You know, yeah, that's what I was reading something on Discord, looking for some other. I actually, maybe it was because I looked up influence. I can't remember why, but someone was like, no, the way to go is puppets, but I don't want puppets. I want to control everything myself and all of their unemployment. Taking over Iraq, like, just devastated my Saudi Arabian economy. I was like, oh, shit. I thought this was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was be this bad. But I did notice that I gained influence for investments. So I started investing heavily in Indian infrastructure, but it doesn't stick around very long. Okay, whoops. So this is how this is going to work. We're going to make this public first. That's pretty much what it was. That's how I like it. One of the things I really like about that, and it's influencing what my planning for this game is. I really like how, this is just Hearts of Iron in general, like the technology that you learn. Not only is it like a number, like your guns work better, but it like has a new picture and stuff, so you envision in your mind, that they've been improved. And I know that's normal in technology, but like for video games, but Hearts and Iron specific, especially like CK3 and stuff, has no effect. There's no pictures or anything. It just like some number that's going up. And in fact, I can't even think how the technology works in CK3. CK2, it's just some number that goes back in the background that goes up. But in Hearts of Iron, the technology is you get like new guns and stuff, and you can, yeah. Are there in CK3? I can't remember. Oh yeah, there's that thing, that dumb thing. I hate that thing in CK3. I don't hate it. I just think it's a weird way to do it. What do they call it? In like your cultural head. But anyways, in Hearts of Iron, like you go from like in the modern one, but it doesn't matter which one. You go from like some shitty prop plane to like having jets and whatnot, and it actually is like a picture, and it also like makes you feel, and you can tell the difference in the combat. You can be like, oh, my shitty tanks are getting destroyed, like mad because they're fighting modern tanks. Besides I feel like the technology isn't that much of a big deal in CK3 and stuff, which makes more sense for the time period. But that really made me think a lot about how like cool it is to see your progression, not only feel it in combat, but it's also just not a number that's going up. And then there's also pictures of what's going on, and you're unlocking new buildings and whatever. it has different influences, but it has like more of an impact, I guess. It might not even have it might be the same exact impact across all of the different Paradox games, but it feels like it has more impact. And so it was like literally I was like thinking about like, wow, why is this so cool with I got a new gun and I'm so stoked to, get it producing for my guys, and I can look on my guys and see what guns they're using and be like, wow, these guys are using some shitty guns. I hope you guys upgrade some point. Definitely not a 3D art or 3D modeler. Definitely not a 3D modeler, but I do want to hire an artist. But for this game, this since this is open source, basically the Hex Demon is the one that I'm gonna hire an artist for first because it's a much simpler game. And this one, we got 30 years of development in this one before we even need an artist, which isn't actually true. I'd like to change how the counties look to start with, and the token button. I don't like these at all. This is just placeholder. All right, so we're going to use this bool to control this shit. I just deleted some stuff. We're going to go through here, and we're just going to influence this bool. And that's the only thing that will influence this will be the bool. And we're probably, so the first thing we need to do is fix this. When it spawns, the bool needs to be set. So it's not there. I can never remember where I put this. It's in some weird spot, which is probably bad. Okay, so I gotta skip this. The rocket thing is pretty out of control in the modern. Like, I'm finally producing SAM missiles and anti-nuke missiles or whatever those things are called. The ones that shoot other missiles out of the air. I don't even know what to do with them. I've produced like 10 of them. And I'm like, I have to manually produce because they got like 100 planes. I got to produce hundreds of these things and shoot them. Like manually load them and stuff. Like, what the fuck? There's got to be a better way to automate that process. Maybe there is, and I just don't know. They have a little help thing that's just like arrows pointing, like, push this button, then push this button. I assigned them. I don't know what to do with them after that. I assigned them and I said, do something, and I don't know if they just sit there. I said, deploy, auto deploy. And maybe they're getting fired and I just never noticed. Okay, so I'm back to Hearts Iron. All I talk about is Hearts Iron. Like, I think it definitely for like launching satellites and stuff should have that, but the same part. But once again, it is. You're right. It's like they're working on a game that's 7 years old, so it's probably like amazing that they could do that at all. So with this part is now going to, where did it go? When this thing gets spawned. So this is actually spawning the token, and when this gets spawned, we have to set the token now to, I'm going down to see where we're going to do this. Probably, nope, this needs to go. And what we need, okay, this sets what they are, and that will change later. So probably right after this, actually we could, where is it getting repainted? Okay, it's getting parented here. Let's set it right here. No, we can't do it there. We got to do it here. So we're gonna go spawn token dot is spawned. Did I make it private or something dumb? Is selected? No, you're right. I'm typing in the wrong thing. Is selected equals true. This needs to be a capital I. All right, so that's going to immediately, we'll probably have the same problem here. This is probably going to happen too quick. Well, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. Let's put this at the bottom. Once it's done with all of its shit, I'm going to put a note on here. Just in case it happens too fast. Just in case the getter setter is fired too fast. The other option would be no. This is the top spot. We can't change that. Eventually, it will change to a point, but these have to be set here. And all right, this is the separator thing. I was like, maybe we can get rid of that. We're gonna do that different. So it's going to get selected when it's spawned. And so let's see if that changes its token thing. What's your fault? I was rambling. It's your fault because you brought up Hearts of Iron? No. Okay, so this thing is doing this. We're back to the same, like, it's a never-ending loop here of pain. Update their textures. And it's changed whatever that song is. You guys can't hear it, but we don't need this anymore. What we need that. Wait, what is this doing? We just need it just needs to go through each one of these and update this. That's it. That's all it needs to do. We're not controlling it. I've been playing it so much of Hearts of Iron though. It's kind of out of control. Out of control. It's back to like when I first bought it, in 2016. All right, why doesn't it think that this is selected? Or maybe it does. So we should have, let's just double check. We should have in Portland, a hidden token here. Over here. And we should be able to, is selected is off. Well, that's the problem. When you get spawned, motherfucker, you're supposed to spawned token is selected equals true. Update token textures needs to be below this though. Why wouldn't this say it was, am I looking, I do this sometimes. I look at the wrong. Yeah, so there's is selected as here. This is the one we want to look at. Stack count label, token movement. This can probably go. I'm going to just save it there just for a second. I'm curious. Yeah, this is the only spot where this is being set. Uh, uh, it's not being set. Is selected equals value. It's the key component of having a getter setter work, is that whole. Okay. All right, it's there. We right click. It moves to here. It comes back. Let's spawn another guy over here. We haven't done this today. Let's see what happens. Like to have two different ones. And then we spawn, except we don't have anything that turns this off. So they're both selected. So when we spawn a new one, this shouldn't be that bad. Is if when we spawn a new one, I should say that and in preparation for ruining my life here, globals. Get the I say that, but god damn it. Dot instance dot currently no selected county population dot token dot is selected is not going to be on here because it doesn't know what this is. Do we already have this somewhere? We do not. So what we need to do is what do we save? Oh, it's a yeah. Equals this puppy and then I had a thought of some issue that's going to happen here. This is kind of clunky. And I was like, we could set it over here, but then it's back to that weird getter setter thing that was causing me issues. So we're not going to do it. We're not going to set it back to that. Where is this spawned thing? Trying to think if I should just write a little method to do this. I wonder how often we're going to do this. If we do it once, it's not that big of a deal, but we're probably going to do it somewhat regularly because you're going to be clicking on different things and it's going to need to be changing this. So let's also probably be changed into a public method somewhere. All right, so the first, it comes through its current thing. This thing, you know, we could do it here, I think. Then it might be easier. If this is set to true, then globals dot instance dot selected county population will equal that. This might not be fast enough again, though. So this should set when we... Oh, actually, we don't want it to do that, though. This is what we want it to do. So this is set for true. We want to go... And then we want to go... writing a method is definitely the way to go. My code is getting more and more ugly as I go on, and I keep saying that I need to like start breaking them into smaller pieces, so it's easy. So you can just go down a list of, I had it somewhere in one of these. I don't know where the fuck it is, but I had where it's each method is just like you can read each method. They're named nicely, so I can read and okay, this does this does, then like let's say this part's broken, I just go to that method and fix it instead of this wall of fucking code where I have to read each line to find out. So yeah, I definitely need to do that, and I need to do it more frequently. Okay, so this is gonna get if the value is selected as true, we're going to get this select token here that's the current, let's actually call it current select token is going to equal this, and we'll go if hopefully I'm not going in like not equal to null. We're not going in this like loop like I just did to myself. Like am I just rewriting the same garbage I just did? Let's hope so. Let's hope not. Let's hope so. Then this current select token is going to equal is selected is going to equal false. Oh, I was like, what's going on here? I got a typo. All right, so it's going to go, if this is not equal to, so if the current one is not equal to null, it's going to turn this thing off, which should fire this on itself, like on its own little thing. It should be like, okay, and then it's going to turn this to unselected. What is this garbage now? Can we just get rid of you? No. We need, then, after this is done, it's going to assign itself to the selected county population. Okay, then we're going to go back to the token spawner, and we're going to delete this. And then we're going to save that, and then we're going to go back here. We're going to cross our fingers. The game was playing in the background that whole time, I think. Cross our fingers. I think if I worked on this more regularly, it would be easier because I wouldn't have to figure out what I did last weekend. If globals and selected county population dot token is not equal to null, what's your fucking problem? Let's do this again. Did I save that shit? Everything is saved across the top there. So we spawn this. Yeah, something's happening too fast or too slow here. It can't be croaking on that because it's checking if, I mean, I selected county population. Maybe it's croaking on that because we just want to make sure that the county population, and maybe the county population is no. It was croaking on that. All right, so this is select. We want this to come out selected because you're most likely going to spawn a hero because you wanted to do something. We'll move it over to here. It moves over to there. Let's move it back. I should pay attention to see if we're getting bugs. All right, let's now produce another one. We got to spawn it first. Oh, there's still both spawn. Or they're still both selected. Let's go back to our bool thing. No, this is right. If then the currently selected thing is selected equals false. If is selected equals true, it does this stuff. If it's false, which we're hitting this and we're having this run on the other one, is let's see, the currently selected token, or the current one is the one that it was before. And then we set this new one. Do we have some sort of loop in here? Is it like a loop that's just running forever? Froggo, how's it going? It's very much in its infancy. If I can just not have to rewrite my code every weekend, that would be nice. You know, let's do value here. If value, that shouldn't change anything, but let's do it anyways. Could this be happening too fast? It could be happening too fast. Where this is set false. Well, but it's going to be on its own. It's going to be on its own thing. Let's run this again. And we can just skip moving the guy around. We can just immediately spawn a second one. Maybe the other thing is happening too fast. All right, we got one. It could be the other thing is happening too fast, actually. How we can tell that is GD print. Let's put a $sign here for name is selection is, oh, well, now I mix the two things. But let's put this here and see when this happens. The intended behavior is so that when you spawn a new one, the other one unselects, so that there's only one selected at a time. So like when you spawn this one, this color is this gold color means it's selected. Um, and it currently we actually got to fix that too. It currently, if you select a county, it should become unselected, but that's a whole other issue. So when we're spawning another one, it should become white. White is when they're unselected. And so like when we spawn this one, this other one should be white. So I'm trying to see. All right, there's some sort of order thing here. It's going through the buttons after it, so that's right. Except, it should have. It should be hitting the other one. That's the problem. It should be hitting the other. This should be happening twice. So we should see two of these. One with the current one we're changing, and the one that's being hit to turn itself off. And we're only seeing one of them. So I think this is happening too slow. Well, we would still, even if it was slow though. No, that wouldn't be. All right. Let me go through my brain here again. Through my steps with my brain. Through my brain steps. So the value comes in. It's true. It's going to set its texture, which we know that that's working. If the selected county population is not equal to null, it's going to set the old one is selected as to false, and then the new one is going to be put right there. I think this is happening too fast. If it's false, it should be changing sprite to unselected. What am I hitting here? Not shift, obviously. Uh, that's not what we want. Oh, actually, that will work. Man, it's already been 3 hours. I just want to fix this one thing, and then, well, maybe I want to attempt to fix this. Um, current, did I save it? Yep. Current select token value true. I don't see that anywhere. What do we go? What's going on here? If the value equals true, the first time you click on that, or the first time it spawns, it will be null. So it's going to skip that, and it's going to add this in here. Um, so then it won't be. I'm making sure I don't have any like leftover shit from the getter setter that was there. Select county, it's public. Select county population. Oh, you know, we don't need this anymore. Maybe this is part of the problem. Because this is going to be done automatically. You know, I don't think it's set to false yet. I think we haven't even gotten to that. Okay, well this is the same. Yeah, I'm trying to do it all through this one getter setter so that I don't have to that issue where like I've got to hunt down where they're being set and stuff. Maybe it was this other thing though that was setting the select population because that was where the fuck was that? Token spawner that I was doing it differently. This should no longer be set by anything. And maybe this was the problem. Whoops. It's like skipping that whole thing. It's weird. But and that's possible that that's something weird is going on. All right, we got one person here. We got another person. Spawn token is selected equals true. Capital. Make sure that I didn't do something silly with some capitals. This spawn token is the brand new token. It's right there. Token, spawn parent, spawn token. Spawner. I actually think I have something already up here. We got their first name. We probably don't need that right now. Let's get rid of this. Let's copy this. Let's cut it and put it down here. And it's gonna have like a true or false jammed at the end of it, but who cares? All right, so it's spawning that. But you know, it could also be it's going through the buttons, and it could be this. So let's look at our remote real quick and make sure that this person, the fuck is that? Let's weird that that has that. Let's make sure that these people. Okay, so they are. It is set to is selected. I'm just making sure that that is the problem. Let's go back to here. And is selected is go. The value is coming in. If the value equals true, but it's never getting turned off. No, it is. It's right here. So if the value equals false, it goes right here. And value equals true. It's changing the old one to false. Is this? I think this is happening too fast. That seems to always be my issue. Is that there's some sort of order of execution or whatever the fuck it's called is wrong. That always seems to be the issue. It's not getting to this. Oh, okay, so wait. No, that's right. Why isn't it getting to this? Selected county population. I got something dumb going on is what's going on. So the first time you spawn a guy, it shouldn't go through this because it is null. So that it goes through, but it never is getting to this at all. Can you search the logs? You can. Current. Is it case sensitive? Nope. Yeah, it's never getting this. It always thinks select county is null. So, okay, that means county, that means that this must be null. And so it's just assigning a null thing, which would be weird. Because this is didn't I run into this earlier? And I thought I said it. It's because it's happening too fast. Again, we're back to this too fast bullshit. This is happening. I guess there's an easy way to check this. How we check it is maybe it's being assigned to like the wrong thing in that other part. What we'll do is we will go in here. We will go county population. And we'll go, we'll just put their first name. It's already 4 o'clock almost in my time zone. I was gonna try to start earlier. Then I got sidetracked thinking about this other issue that we're gonna run into. If value equals true, token county population Kenneth. So there is definitely a county population here. That we spawned one so that it starts out as null. So it should have skipped this, which it did. Yes, which it did. Now we spawn a second one. Maybe the second one isn't getting its shit. And we should see token county population, and she's set for true. Maybe I'm just missing something obvious. It's like this is still null. Maybe something else is setting this to null. I know left clicking should set it to null. That's how all of programming is you gotta get like this may seem bad, but I think I spent 6 hours on one bug one time. So I haven't clicked any other buttons. So this is the left click. You know what though? I am left clicking. I know what it is, I think. Okay, so there is a bug I was gonna fix. It's in my list. So you can click through some parts of this, but I fixed them all, except you can click through on these buttons. So like you can't click through here. I fixed that part. Like you can't click through the map. But except I didn't fix this. So I think what's happening is I'm clicking through these buttons when I'm selecting it, which would set this to null every time. I would bet. I bet the motherfucking problem is this. Watch. This is it. I have high confidence that this bug that I was like, oh, I'll just fix it later, is the bug that is the problem. We got to get it. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Did I save this? I bet we should have put the, oh, there it is. We should have put the rainbow on here though, so we could see it easier. Where was that other one though? Now I need that other rainbow out of here. All right. I still think this is so it only happened once. It should happen again. Well, the first time it's going to be null. But I think what's happening, okay, so the first time it's not going to really matter that much because it already is null. I don't see it. Oh, did I not save that? I always am I didn't. I'm always double checking because every once in a blue moon I don't save it, and then I don't think to check, and I'm like, why isn't this working? It's because you didn't fucking save it. And it's weird because I'm like so anal about fucking saving and clicking the save button. All right, so it's clicking. It's definitely clicking through that thing, but it doesn't. Well, we had to click on this to get it to. Yeah, so we had to click on that to get that to appear. I want this to go over to like the side here, and then. So I'm clicking on a county. I'm clicking on a county. That's how that's supposed to work. when I click through. Oh, maybe that doesn't. I'm on a different county. All right. Well, so now we're gonna spawn somebody. I'm gonna close this thing. Okay, my hypothesis was wrong. I was so sure of it too. Hmm. I'm gonna. We know what that does, and it's not necessary right this second. So whoops. Let's see if that, because it's never even getting to that thing. All right, there's something like dumb. This is how it always happens. Is like there's something dumb that I'm. You just got to keep adding GD prints until. Well, we have it right here. Well, no, we're checking the current one. And then if this comes back, with, I guess we'll just put their first name in here with nothing. I mean, obviously it is null because it's skipping this every single time. Is this like a capital? I got rid of that. That other thing. Selected county population. Selected county population. Or like I said, it's. So this shouldn't even be happening too fast because it's like you can click on it. You're clear. The speed is relying on a human, so the human isn't fast enough to click it. So that the thing. So there's got to be something else. Oh, look at that. Oh, right, because it's null. So it's null on this one. And this is going to be the same thing, though. It's never going to get to here, I don't think. And I don't know why. I guess we could put this else in here. Except I don't want it to be an else. I needed to assign this if it's null or not. There's other tools to help with debugging as well. And I haven't had to use the break. I forget what it's called. There's like a break thing. Okay, so Mary is currently at this point. Mary is. It's got to be. Well, let's spawn the next one. It is important, but there's also there's other tools to help. You know, I had a friend who got paid pretty well doing it. Um, it was for like some shitty program though, like something you would use at your video game. Yeah, this is for like a office product of some sort. Not like Microsoft Office, but like it's something you'd use at your house. Okay, so global instance is Brenda. Well, that's because this is in the wrong place. I want this here. And if it crashes, that's fine. Well, it's going to crash every time. God damn it. So this is saying that it's getting assigned. So something must be unassigning it. And I'm trying to think what that could be. The only null we found so this should still print just with nothing if that's null. Did we put rainbow on here? We should. Something else must be clearing that out. Man, I'm like 30 minutes. I didn't even go have a smoke. That says global is set to Deborah. So at least we know that this is set to Deborah, you know, whatever. Then let's spawn this next person. You know, there's another way we could test this too. Is to make the other thing a getter setter. It has to be null though. There's no other. We just need to figure out where it's turning it null. Because that's the only solution. If the value is true, this has to be. You know, the other place it could be getting turned null in globals. We're not hitting that button though. And I turned this one off where I undid that one. We're not moving anything yet. This is in globals. Hero button. What is this? That's the big button that's on top. So that's this whole button. Maybe this thing is throwing it off. Maybe there's no county population assigned to the hero button. How has any of this shit worked then? All right, I'm just gonna put this in here, then I'm gonna call it a day. Hero panel container. How has any of this shit worked? Globals. I'm getting sloppier and sloppier um, with my my GD prints. All right, where was that thing that I just put in? That was the hero button. How has any of this shit worked? We should put, well, we'll know if there's something there. So there's currently something assigned. No, that doesn't tell us shit. It should, though. It should say null if there's nothing there. I want to be able to see all. I keep moving that to the other screen so I can see all the. Maybe I should move this thing to the other screen. So that's this button. So I'm just like clicking on that button without like doing. So Gregory, I didn't actually like try to spawn him. Now I'm going to spawn him. He's spawned. And so that button was not hit when I spawned, because I was worried that maybe I was hitting that button. And then we go where you recruit a new person. And that person's been recruited now. Then we're going to spawn that person. And it's the same thing, but it's not getting to the thing. So there's something has to be hitting the globals ahead of time. I wonder why it's doing this faction thing all the time. Yeah, something has to, it's either happening too fast. No, but there's nothing that would be too fast. But yeah, it's never getting to that. So I'm going to call it a day, but tomorrow I'd at least know where. I'll put a note just in case I can't remember tomorrow. Man, just grinding so slow on this shit, on the heroes. It's always, every time I fuck with these heroes, the hero movement, it turns into this horrible grind of just bug after bug after bug. I don't know how anybody does it without just constant bugs. Maybe they have constant bugs, and that's why I'm always like, why does this shit work when I'm playing video games? Like I was saying, I'm trying to make it more stable, though, with each integration that I write this, so that it will be more stable. And hopefully this next time, that's why those getter setters are important. I mean, I can do it lazily and everything turning on and off, but it's, I guess the other thing could be that this could be getting set to false. That's a capital. Well, it's not a waste because it's got to be done. You know, there's no other way to. I gotta do it. You know. What are the solutions? I would love to know this. Yeah, no, this is how it's done. It's the something else is going on. I'm not like trying to rewrite something from scratch. It's not like I'm reinventing the wheel. This is how it's done. What was I going to type in here? The bug we currently, bug we currently in, what was the script? Token movement. It's not token movement. In select token, in select token is selected is never getting to the, we do know it's getting to token county population. Yes. So we know it's getting here. It's never getting here. There's never been current select token. So there's something weird with, something is going wrong with this. So let's put this in here. It's never getting to, all right, this way. So like I said, for tomorrow. And what is today? Saturday? Probably not a game stream tonight. I'm still like looking at this because it just seems so weird that it thinks it's null every time. I mean, we literally can. Doing over here. I guess we can't put that there because it will break when we start. It's so weird that this isn't like obvious where this is getting nulled out because this is happening. They're getting, it's putting their name in there. Where was this thing? Where'd it go? It was under not that. I know I said I was done. I just, it's hard to quit when you know that you got a bug. Whoops. Maybe it's not returning that correctly. It would happen right off when I click this because it would say it was null. Right when I click it the first time. I should have put their name in again. It's not going to have that updated code, but let's see here. Beverly? Yeah, why is it not getting to that shit? It's so bizarre. It's got to be like something else is being triggered that's changing something, but nothing else. Like this on spawn token, you press the hero button. All right, I'm going to call it a day though. Yeah, so it's not hitting the button. I wonder if there's another thing I could check. Or I wonder if it's something like it's always false. No, but it's setting that as true. It should go through and this is not null. And it's always null, even after this. This also might be one of those things where like you close Godot and reopen it and it works fine. Should have done that earlier. All right, I'm gonna just reopen this and then I'm calling it a day. For real, it's nap time. It's over. It's past nap time. Past nap time. I gotta push this code though too to this branch because we did do other things. All right, at least it's consistent. At least it's consistent bug. You know what you can do though. Well, I'll fuck with it. Maybe I'll come up with a brilliant idea tomorrow. Here, let me put this to whatchamacallit. This branch. Exactly. So we fixed the hero movement is working, but now the hero selection is jacked up. All right. I'm going to commit this. All right. That's it. And I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good